what do we have here?
I have a dino grow.
A dino grow. Cool.
And since I didn't have Easter egg hunt, my friend Caleb heard.
Cool, so we're gonna throw this in some water and it's gonna hatch?
Yeah. Look at this.
Ooh, super cool. Okay, so the first thing is we need...
Place an egg in a large container of cool water. Make sure the egg is fully submerged.
What does submerged mean again? Water? Okay, yeah. So let's get a glass. Let's take it over here. Okay. This nice Sonic cup. Alright, so...
It is also smeared with paint. Now
fully submerged, right?
Yeah, it's sinking in.
Oh. Nice.
It looks pretty fat.
Yeah, it does.
Undisturbed for 72 hours.
Okay.
And then during this time, the egg will break out of its shell, water with fresh water, and watch the dino grow and grow.
All right. Well, where do you want to put this cup?
Well,
so you can watch it.
Sure.
All right, let's do that. Cool. Hey, what's up, Internet? It's John, and it's a little past noon. Already had a little bit of a brunch / lunch / late breakfast, but today has been a fantastic day so far. I've actually been up since very early this morning. I submitted Minimal app, which is my my last indie project, if you will, to the Mac App Store. I'm sorry. I deployed it to the store late last night and then submitted it to Product Hunt 12:01 a.m. The best strategy to see if you can get featured. I didn't get featured, which is fine. That's no big deal. And then as I was taking Sue and Arden to brunch, someone texted me a photo of the Mac App Store, and they featured Minimal worldwide in the main carousel, and it looks like this. Right there. It's rotating through, and boom. Minimal app in the main carousel, and then the #1 new app featured here. Obviously, super excited, honored, and humbled at the exact same time. This is the third time, I think, third time that I've been featured in the main carousel. Twice for Desk, and Desk then went on to win Best Apps of the Year for 2 years in a row. And now with Minimal featured worldwide, just again completely humbled and honored that the editors at the Mac App Store would consider it, and that should be obviously very good for sales. But I think what's most important to me is the fact that this is really the end of a very significant part and season of my life where I was building Apple apps, iOS apps, Mac OS, or OS X at the time, and now it's Mac OS apps. And this was the last one that I really had on my project list to do. It's been almost a year actually of development on this. It just took so much time, and not because it was not because it was necessarily difficult. In fact, most of the code base was built off of Desk's code base. I did redo the UI and the UX fairly significantly for Medium. It was because I was involved in another project, which is Pinpoint, which is my startup. And as that began to gain steam and traction, and we got a lot more, began to engage with early customers and began to talk with venture capitalists, like clearly my time became more divided, which is fine. That's a little bit of how my life operates. Is I go through seasons where I have a lot of projects and I'm rapidly experimenting on a bunch of different things to try to figure out what I need to do, and then it kind of comes down and where I focus in on one major project for a season, and that could last for a few years, and that might end up, and historically that's ended up in some liquidity event. For example, I built the Iron Yard, which was a coding boot camp, and then we sold that to the University of Phoenix, or the parent company, the public parent company, and that was cool. And then I sold that and exited that, and then kind of ramped up all these mini side projects just to kind of get the creative juices flowing again. But I suppose the point of all this is it's neat that after doing this for some time and going through these different seasons, it's very clear as day to me that one, that they exist, and two, that that's how I operate, and that I don't mind turning things on and turning things off, because this is just how I operate professionally. And I'm more comfortable and more at peace with that process than I ever have been. And in fact, I look forward to the changing of the seasons. And so although I'm completely honored and humbled that Minimal would get a featured spot, and that's a big deal, I'm also even more excited about the next season of my professional life with my two co-founders and partners at Pinpoint, and really doing an incredible job with that, because it's going to demand all my time and attention, and it has. So I'm very grateful for you, the community, for a number of you who've been waiting a long time for it to be delivered. Thank you for being so patient with me. Thank you for just sticking around and watching it evolve and change and get the updates. I really appreciate that. That's a big part of why I do this. It's a big part of my motivation. It keeps me going. It's the reason why I don't shut things off entirely and just say I'm not going to ship it. I want to be that type of person that does ultimately ship things and get things into the market. I think that's a valuable principle and a powerful way that I can model what I believe to be the most important things, that you just execute. So I'm going to relish this moment, appreciate it as best as I possibly can for what it is, knowing that it'll be probably a little bit of time between now and the next time I engage in an indie project, if you will. Just kind of reflect on the amount of work and time that I've spent in it, and then also I'm just super excited about the next season of my life. I hope that you have the time to do those types of things as well, that you have time to sit, to reflect, to introspect, to appreciate all the things that have been going on in your life, personally and professionally, and how they all are building this interesting story, this interesting narrative of what life is really like. And you get to share it sometimes with folks and family, and sometimes it's just you. Sometimes it's just you independently working on things and seeing things through the end. My oldest is returning from her
At
school
2
at 2 o'clock. Yeah, we're gonna pick her up at 2 or 3. She's coming home. I'm sure she's had a great time away at camp. It'll be good to see her. It's not camp, it's school. School, sorry. We have some very, very cool conversations with some venture financial partners, some venture capitalists to finalize our initial venture funding round for Pinpoint. I hope to bring that to a close soon. But it's just been an amazing journey. And this Thursday, that's what I wanted to do, is to capture this moment, to capture the Mac App Store moment, to appreciate all that's good in my life that's happening. There are very few things that I can control, but I'm very happy for our health. I'm happy for your health, for Emma's health, for Rowan's health. I'm happy for all the things that we have, and we're very grateful. I think that's really about it for the rest of the day. I've got a handful of meetings, a bunch of administrative tasks. An interesting task on the list, I guess, for me today is I'm looking into payroll systems and benefit solutions, because we're about to start hiring folks to join our team, and they're going to want to get paid, as am I. And it's important that we have benefits and salary systems in place before they join. So that's like kind of my big project today, is to figure out how we get that implemented before we start sending out offer letters and stuff like that, or interviewing and sending out offer letters. But I think that's it. Yeah, so hope you guys are having a great Thursday. It's been just a crazy, weird, odd, different week, but super grateful. And I'm really grateful for this vlog, because I get to capture these moments in real time, or near in near real time, and I'm going to be able to look back at these moments and just and appreciate it even more. So thanks for listening. Thanks for being a part of my community and walking with me through this interesting journey called life, I guess.
Pow.
And pow.
Pow, pow, pow. Wait.